Let's meet some coaches from ICF Philippines. Every day for the entire duration of International Coaching Week, we will meet a couple of coaches who specialize in different types of coaching methodologies.
Say hello to team coach Te Benitez. Maria Teresa Te Benitez, ACC, is a team coach who has worked with leaders in the past 10 years, helping them discover their individual and group potential and transform to maximize their common purpose and goal. Her discovery of the potential power in teams began way back in the 80s as she worked as trainer, facilitator, mentor, and team builder in total quality management with teams. She observed and realized that this power, if properly harnessed and released, could be a huge contributor to the organization. Hi, Te. Welcome to Careers in Coaching.
Hello, Vina. So nice to talk to you again, to catch up.
Yes, all right. So it's going to be a great conversation today. Looking forward to having you here. My first question, what does it mean to be a team coach?
It's exciting. And, I compare it to whitewater rafting because it's always changing. There's so much churn in it. And as you traverse whitewater rafting, it's either you're in still water or it's something unexpected that you have to deal with. And that's what team coach is all about. You need to be agile, you need to be flexible, think on your feet, and then pull stuff out of your toolbox so that you can use it as it's needed. And, team coaching for me has just been very rewarding. Just seeing transformation for individuals as well as for the team itself.
Wow, sounds very exciting, Te. What led you to team coaching? How did you get here?
For one, it was not my choice at all. I was not into this. I'm more of a telling person. I like tell people what to do and so forth. And when I started to get into team coaching, I just had to step back on all of that, working with teams. And it started off early in my career when I was tasked to set up total quality management teams in the shop floor. And as I worked with them, it was so successful. We saw so much confidence, so much performance that came out of the teams as they contributed to quality and productivity. And so we expanded it to the rest of the organization. And, soon this got into a culture of teams across the organization. So I started to get into supporting global teams as we worked on opportunities of having to work across countries, across cultures, and even functions. And this was because in the whole organization, everyone was tasked to make sure that we were doing our take in keeping up with design teams so that we were in step with them to meet very aggressive time to market goals. So that's how I got into coaching. And eventually when I left the corporate world and started to get into consulting, I seemed to be drawn to clients and engagement with them, wherein I was tapped because of my coaching experience, mentoring and coaching experience.
Wow, it sounds very exciting. I loved how you started that. It was very serendipitous to begin with that, you said that I didn't plan to be here, but I want to know, what are you loving about team coaching right now as you were doing it?
In the beginning, I was not loving it at all, as I said, because it was not my choice. But eventually I started to really love it and have a passion for it because of the outcomes that I saw. Here you see very timid individuals or teams that were not performing, but as you work with them, they seem to just blossom. They just seem to transform. And that's where I saw really the power of teams, that if you unleash them, there's so much impact that they can bring to themselves individually and as they work within a team and therefore contribute to organizations.
Oh, wow. Right. So how different, how similar is team coaching to group coaching?
Yeah. So, when I got into coaching, it was first with team coaching. And then when I left the corporate world, that's where I was introduced to one-on-one coaching with ICF. And there are similarities, but there are also big differences. But ICF defines coaching as partnering with clients, and it is in thought-provoking and creative process so that it inspires to maximize potential. And what might be similar? Let me start with that, because in team coaching, there is also partnering. That's very important, that you co-create with the team. You bring them to spaces of reflection so that they make meaning of their learning. They make meaning of their experience. What's also similar is there is purpose. For individual coaching, the purpose is to maximize potential. And in team coaching, similar. You'd like to work with teams so that they maximize their abilities and potentials as a team. And another thing that's similar with one-on-one coaching and team coaching is results. There needs to be results. But now let me answer the other question. What then are the differences? Because there are big differences. One, the numbers. In individual coaching, it's really one-on-one. In team coaching, you're coaching a team. And this could be teams of 2, 5, 10, 30. And I've coached teams that large, and it's just amazing that if you focus on helping the team reach their potential and getting to the common purpose and goal, they are able to do that. So you're not coaching one person, you're not coaching the leader. As a team coach, I need to be mindful that I'm coaching a team. That is my client. They are my client. Another difference is because of the numbers, complexity. It just doubles, triples, quadruples the complexity of coaching. Because now you're looking at dynamics, you're looking at team dynamics, you're looking at relationships. There may be some folks in the team have good relationships, others who are not in good relationships, but you need to see how you're able to help all so that they start and continue to move towards one direction. The other complexity in teams is that you need to see how you give each one a voice. Usually when folks get together in a team, the one with the largest voice is the one who is heard and whose direction is followed. Team coaching, you need to deal with that. Give everyone a voice, because you are bringing people who have wisdom, they're bringing their experience, and there's a reason why they're part of the team. So you need to draw them out. So you maximize that and they become the power of the team. And so with complexity comes the competency. That's one of the huge differences also of team coaching versus one-on-one coaching, because of the complexities, because what you have to deal with in terms of the landscape, in terms of the situation, in terms of having to be very agile and flexible and having a toolkit of what you can bring out at any time because of the situation. You need to build your competency to deal with those types of situations. Have different processes, have different concepts that you can draw on. And very important with teams, have very simple tools that you can use to bring to life these concepts and frameworks, so that the members of the team can engage and continue to be interested and want to contribute.
And this is my last question. What advice can you give to others who are considering this path?
I would start, just like in any coaching conversation, is to start with the self. If you're interested in team coaching, go first to yourself. Is this something you'd like to get into? Is this something you'd like to explore? Why are you even thinking of team coaching? How much of team coaching do you know that you'd like to try it out? So it starts with the self. And also ask questions around, so what will motivate me to get into team coaching, to stay with team coaching? Because I talked about the complexities, the challenges that gets into team coaching. And if you do not have the right motives, then that could just bog you down. And instead of being of value to a team, then it could just bog down everyone, including yourself. You could get so frustrated and disappointed. That's
Mhm.
probably where I would start. If someone is looking at going into team coaching, the next thing that I would seriously consider is, how do I equip myself as a team coach? You know? So early on, my story was, it was not my choice, to get into team coaching. I was tasked to do team coaching, and partly because, yeah, okay, boss, I'll do that, but also partly because I was interested. I was eager to find out, the unknown, and to challenge myself, as well as to prove to others that yes, I can be a good team coach, whatever that meant. I had to learn. I had to learn new tools. At the time, it was total quality management. So I had to learn a lot of tools around total quality management, so that I got out of the space of telling the team of how to do it, what to consider. Here's what you do when you do problem solving and so forth. But, facilitate and give them those tools and allow them to use it. So
Mhm.
need to be equipped with tools, whether it's in problem solving, total quality management, or just also tools in helping to deal with the dynamics of the team, to help in um, building relationships, and even sometimes stepping back and healing relationships. There are tools around that, amazing, simple tools around that. So that you just help the team dynamics in there. So all of those things I had to go and learn,
Mhm.
and not just learn, but I had to practice. And as I practice, find out what I did well and what I did not do well, get feedback, so that I continued to learn as well. It was not like, okay, once I tried out, great, I'm done.
Mhm.
A lot of learning in terms of listening to feedback, and just being open, to what the other people say, not in terms of just giving you feedback as a team coach, but, what is also so valuable is learning with the team, learning as they try out things, learning as they discover things, as they're working towards a purpose, common purpose, their goals, and even learning about the organization that you're working with is something that I had to put on an open mind, and tell myself, hey, Tay, you don't know everything. You need to just continue to learn. So that's something that was very critical. That's very crucial. It's building up your competency and being willing to learn as well from others, and have the coach mindset of you yourself stepping back and reflecting and making sense of, okay, what's happening here and what am I learning as a coach, and bring the team as well to what are they learning, because then that's where so much power comes, as you bring the team into that learning space, and they learn from each other.
Wow. Thank you, Te. I
Yeah.
learned a lot about team coaching from you today. And you know what's even outstanding for what I learned from you today? The journey that you took, a lot of learning for you, a lot of humility. I heard a lot of that, right? So thank you. And it sounds like a very interesting journey. And
Yeah.
thank you for being here. And thank you for just sharing with us how it has been for you